Hello everyone and welcome back to the steel shed tutorial. So I'm trying to create a smaller scale shed like this one. This was from a script in Dynamo but made in an earlier version, and unfortunately making the connections on the existing model does not work. So I'll just keep going with this model and do the bracings. So I have this structural framing brace, and that's what I'm going to do some steel bracing. So the bracing base, if you are honest to yourself, it's basically uh, a beam that is already slanted, so it's not much of a difference. The only difference may be that there are special connections for this type of, let's say, yeah, for this type of connection. So basically, try to snap 3D snap onto the other column, and you have something like this. If you can see, you have some sort of bracing. I I did. You can move it higher or lower, and I think I'll do for this height. I'll do kind of two bracings, or maybe, or no, I actually do just like this, something like this, and I have two bracings. And I think I will click Control and this diagonal beam, and I create a connection, and this connection, as I imported the connection using this arrow here, you have connection settings and you bring those connections, so that's something to memorize if you don't see any connection. So you have these two steel elements selected, and now you just scroll through these options and you should see something like brace, single tube brace angle, single brace angle, kidney hole, brace gusset, and blah blah blah. So I think you can use the first one, and yeah, it should show you something. Yeah, it actually shows you something. It's kind of tiny. I think I would change the connection itself. Oh, it's a single tube. Oh, it does not work for this steel component. Sorry. Yeah, actually the bracing isn't a beam like this, it's something more like a tube. That's that's my mistake, because a bracing it's smaller, so I would have to change the type of or I can make this smaller. Let's say I make this smaller and I have a C shape or something. Okay, this is more reasonable. Let's say I can keep it like this. Yeah, the option would be to use something like a tube, and maybe I think it can be found. I had a column called Hollow CSS, or I don't, it was a weird name anyway, and I could insert that. And now I'm going to create at the bottom another sort of connection, like I told you. Let's see. Let's check out the. Oh, you also have gusset plate triangle, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, you also have this option. But it's got kind of inaccurate in my opinion. Okay, at one diagonal. Uh, okay, this is more reasonable, I guess. Yeah, it's more reasonable. I think it's not accurate from geometric point of view. It looks a bit weird, but it works. Let's say. Okay. What else do we have? Single purlin beam purlin. I think it isn't what I care about. Also, that is for tubes. Oh, that is for tubes. Yeah, I should have used these gusset plates. Gusset. So these are actually the settings. Um, Something like this. This should be the proper connection. And if you change this profile with a tube, okay, you use a tube. But unless it's that, you use a gusset plate. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so this is a bracing basically. And now let's do the second bracing. I create similar and we try to 3D snap and we connect something like this, and basically we repeat the same process all over again. Structure, connection, change here, gusset plate at one diagonal. This is it. Okay, you have this structure, connection. Luckily I have this kind of connection handy, and now I have the bracing, which is pretty great. And now I think we can also do, so if you see here, we also have some bracings on here. So let's try to do in space. Let's say I'll split this beam area in two. So I'll have, let's say, a beam over here and a beam over here when I'll do the beam system. Not yet, but I think it will be recommended to do. And basically I'll have two X shapes in here. So let's try to do another brace. I'll use this 3D snapping. And let's snap onto the middle of this beam or something. Yeah, I quite caught it. Yeah, and this guy should be connected with a, let's see, what kind of connection we have. Still a gusset plate or nah? Doesn't seem to work as expected at one plate. Okay, let's say we have this. Maybe I would use that tube stuff. Wait, yeah, let's check. Maybe I put a tube or something. This looks kind of cooler, I guess. Yeah, this looks like kind of cooler. Maybe we put a smaller C shape. Actually, I don't have a smaller family. I can create a custom one, but I don't care for the moment. Okay, structure, connection. I think I'll use this. One of these options. No, with kidney hole. Single tube brace. Yeah, single tube brace cassette. Okay, I think I will have to set this beam to be somehow cross-section rotation. Yeah, that would be useful. Let's see if I set 10 degrees. No, I want actually minus 10 degrees. Yeah, that is better. I wanted to have a bit this profile tilted because, you know, this roof is basically slanted and the profile wouldn't come good. Okay, and now I want to do the other X, and I have basically 4 guys like this. Create similar. I have this 3D snapping. Okay, and something like this. Oh no 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 no! I snapped wrong. I didn't snap it to the right place. Yeah, something like this. I had to snap to the column. Okay, and now I slap. I not slap. I basically snap this guy over here or something like that. And let me check a bit and hopefully catch where it needs to be catched. We got, sorry. Yeah, it will be some sort of overlapping. I guess later it can be solved. I just do it to show as an example. Maybe one should be more to the top, and or supposing you have steel tubes, one comes more to the upper part and the other one comes somehow different. So yeah, okay, let's make the connection like this. Connection, change it to whatever. Yeah, okay. Minus 10 degrees. Oh no, in this case I put 10 degrees. It's a bit different. Okay, and now I'm pretty satisfied. This is to connect it to that thing, and I think I place it something like here. Connection yet again. I have this single tube brace. Yeah, you can change the connections later. I just put them to for you to see how to work with that. I'm curious, can you copy it onto the same plane? Not really, honestly. That's it. Anyway, yeah, let's say I snap this guy over here in the middle, or close to the middle, and this guy over here. I think these four guys could actually form a connection, and I'm not sure. Let's check. I'm not sure. Let's check. So let's check if we can do something meaningful with this type of connection, and see if we can have uh, more things connected, or four things at one time connected. So double tube brace angle. Yeah, actually we have. Yay! So we have double brace angle or something like that. That's great. That's what I wanted. Okay. So we might as well continue. Yeah, we might as well continue. Let's see, to do the last component and create similar. Start from here until to the apex haunch. Let's see. Okay, it's poorly placed, but we'll solve this. Yeah, something like this. Okay. This one, so I delete this connection. I select these four guys, connection, and I have double tube brace angle or whatever. Double tube brace gusset. Okay, that's great. So if I have two in the same place, I can put a special connection for them, which is great. Now that I'm thinking, I would change them to minus, let's say, 100 to rotate 90 degrees. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and maybe I would rotate this as well at 90 degrees. Okay, great. And oh no, I have to rotate each one separately, so this is minus 100. Okay, this is, I think, 80, not sure. Yeah, not really. Yeah, let's say minus 100, I don't know. Okay, minus 90 maybe. Okay, minus 80 I think is the definitive answer. Let's check. Yeah, so it's a bit different. And this way the connections may not overlap. So if I put this high enough, no, if I put all these guys high enough, supposing we put all these guys high enough, the risk for overlaying will reduce. So you have these diagonals with no overlay here. Or maybe you have an overlay, but maybe there is a connection, but I don't think it is the case. So you have this, and you create a connection the tube whatever, yeah, tube is set. Yeah, it's not, it should be adjusted a bit, but I leave it as is. You have time at home to change to your preference. I just show you how to do that. So yeah, basically we did the bracings for vertical and diagonal lines, and this is how you continue to add as it is added here, if you can see. So yeah, I hope it was helpful for you, and we'll keep going with the rest of the topics. We'll work with the beam system. So thank you for joining in, and see you in the next tutorial.